So compliance is so important, and the importance of this is protecting the house. It protects the company, and it's here to protect our affiliates, customers, and the general public. We want to stay in business for a long time. So right away, product disclaimers. Now, you may have an amazing testimonial that you want to share with the world, and you may be tempted to use a disease name or a drug name. Hey, I'm not on this drug anymore. Or, hey, it cured, like this example says, it cured my insomnia from using hempworks CBD oil. Those are not permitted for us to use. We're not allowed to use that language because CBD is a dietary supplement. It's not a drug. If it were a drug and it was sold through pharmacies, through the doctor's office, then we could maybe say those kinds of things. But because it's not, we're not allowed to, we're not permitted to. So when you make your product disclaimer, or when you make your product testimony, I should say, it's important to use this product disclaimer on every post, whether it's on social media or whether it's in your messenger or whatever it may be. You need to use the disclaimer when you're making your product testimonials, even if they're completely compliant. Now, a compliant way of saying, I cured my insomnia from using hempworks CBD oil would be, after taking hempworks CBD oil, I've been sleeping restfully through the night. Here are some examples of what is approved and what's not approved, or what's not approved and what is approved. We're not allowed to use words like cancer, inflammation, anxiety, ADHD, bipolar, diabetes, arthritis, and so on. Avoid all disease names. Another way of saying it, which is compliant, would be improves overall health, helps maintain healthy blood sugar levels, promotes healthy digestion. Make sure that when you're telling your story, you're not using any medical claims.
Now, let me just say one thing here. This is very important to understand. Some of you on this webinar may be experiencing some of the diseases on the left-hand side of this slide, but even though it could be a true story for you, there is a non-compliant way to share your testimony and a compliant way. And on the right-hand side of this slide, these are the compliant words that you can use when sharing your story about what these CBD products are doing for you. And one more thing that I'll say, when you're an affiliate and you're building this business and people come to you and they say, hey, is CBD going to work for this? Is it going to work for that? Or I have this, I'm experiencing this. Can it do this? One of the best strategies you can use is to tell people to Google it and do their own research and to come back to you when they're ready to purchase some of the highest quality CBD oil out in the marketplace.
Now, when it comes to making money in this business, some of us have had amazing testimonies in the compensation plan, especially because we pay out 85%. But we're not allowed to say things that guarantee income. We cannot say make $1 million guaranteed by tomorrow. A better way of saying that would be, because I introduced these products to my friends and family, I've been able to earn $1,000 this month. Now, anytime you make any income claims, whether this be just sharing your back office screenshots on social media, on Facebook, whatever it may be, you have to use the income disclaimer on every post as well. Now, we have this nice thing that we've put together called the income disclosure statement, or the IDS, which gives you real facts on what people are making in this industry. Now, of course, we did this in 2018. 2019 hasn't ended yet, but when it does, we'll have an even more updated one. Probably the figures will be even crazier. However, when you're posting your income to the internet or sharing with others, it's important to use these tools when sharing your income claims.
A couple other things I'll mention is, if you look at this slide, this will show you the total number of people at each rank, the monthly averages, annual averages earned at each rank, how much time it took to get to each rank, and the percentage of distributors and affiliates in the company that have achieved each rank. So this is a compliant and legal tool that you can use when sharing screenshots of your checks or posting about the results through the compensation plan. So it is a must that you use these tools when talking about income, or you will get an email from our compliance department.
Now, we just recently launched this style guide for marketing using the Hempworks brand. So now Hempworks has a style guide where it shows you which fonts that you can use when you're making your flyers or marketing materials, what logos you can use, and that sort of thing. This guide has been uploaded into the back office under resources. It's also on the My Daily Choice group. It's also in the HempWorks marketing group on Facebook as well. So be sure you run through this before you start making flyers and your own marketing materials and your own t-shirts and that kinds of thing. We're okay if you do that. We just want to make sure that it's approved and compliant before it goes out to the mass public. So when you do make these things, make sure you follow this guide. And secondly, send an email to compliance@mydailychoice.com to get that approval. They'll email you back and say, hey, this looks great. We just need to tweak a few things, or yes, it's approved, or no, it's not approved. Go through the compliance department when creating your marketing materials. That way you are 100% in compliance at all times.